Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I will be discussing Shazam, and specifically how Shazam ended. Now, I will be discussing the ending itself and the mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene. So let's first talk about the ending. Now, I was about to say the first post-credit scene, but it's not. It is actually the ending of the movie, and I love this ending. It is basically Shazam going and sitting down with Freddy, and they talk, and is like, oh, and Shazam's like, oh, Freddy's my best friend and stuff, and then Superman shows up. I was so surprised when he came in. I did not expect it at all. I mean, I know that Henry Cavill as Superman was supposed to make, an appearance in this movie in a post-credit scene, but like, wow, I did not expect him to show up there. And how did they even meet? I hope that is something they explain in the second one, because Shazam said, like, and I brought my other friend too, so I wonder how they met. Now, the Superman in this shot is not Henry Cavill, it is someone else playing it, because, as we all know, Henry Cavill is no longer in the DCEU, and that is where my suspicion comes in, is how are they going to explain in the sequel how Superman and Shazam met? And they will explain it, because if they don't, they're going to get major backlash. Like, it is going to be horrible if we don't see it. Like, it would make no sense, and if it is never brought up again, that would not be good. So, really don't know. I mean, like, how they could explain it. They could do something with how he tells, oh, I met Superman on something, but obviously they can't show Superman at Henry Cavill's Superman, because Henry Cavill is no longer in the DCEU. So that's a little problem they have there, but I'm sure they can figure out something. But I would love to see Shazam and Superman team up in the next movie. Now then, the credits roll. So after this, we see the credits roll, and then, or at least some of the credits, and then we get a scene with Dr. Savannah in prison, where he is writing something on the wall and his pen snaps and he goes absolutely insane. But then something talks to him, and it is a worm. It is this guy, this worm right there, is actually called Mr. Mind. Now, this is Mr. Mind in the comics. In the comics, Mr. Mind is, he's an enemy of Shazam, and he is an evil, super intelligent worm from the planet Venus. Yeah, he does have a lot of abilities in the comics, like advanced mind control, hypnosis, mental image projection, stuff like that. He has a lot of powers. Now, in the comics, the interesting thing is that Savannah and Mr. Mind actually also teamed up in the comics, where basically their plan was to make this worm invasion of Mr. Mind's people coming from Venus to Earth, and there's this huge, full-blown worm invasion. And in the comics also, Mr. Mind used Billy Batson's cousin named Sinclair Batson as his host. So that could be something we could see in the movie. Like, first, we would obviously be introduced to Sinclair Batson. Then we could see a scene in the prison where Mr. Mind you know, um, convinces Dr. Savannah that those two could escape, and then they escape prison, and Savannah would be this henchman to Mr. Mind, but then in the end, maybe Mr. Mind would, reveal that Dr. Savannah was just his puppet all along and kill him or something. And we could also, of course, get that moment where, or throughout the movie, Mr. Mind is inside of, Sinclair Batson, and he could be spying on Billy all the time and see everything he's doing and use that against him. And that would be really, really interesting to see in the second Shazam movie. So the third one is the end credit scene, which is not that interesting. It's basically Shazam trying to see if he has Aquaman's powers, trying to talk to this fish, and we get more references to the DCEU with, Aquaman, which I guess it was kind of cool, but I had hoped for something more interesting. But at least we got an end credit scene, which is better than nothing. I mean, we could have gotten something where, the other siblings of Billy were trying out their powers as they became Shazams as well, and they could like be the Shazam family and stuff. So we could get end credit scene where they were trying their powers. I don't know. That's just how I would do it. But if you like that post credit scene, then I guess that's fine. So that was just what I wanted to talk about in this quick video about Shazam. My Avengers Endgame review will be going up either tomorrow or the following day because I am watching Avengers Endgame tomorrow and I am pumped. I cannot wait. I am literally dying right now. No, I'm not dying, but I am screaming. I am jumping up and down and screaming like I don't want to go. I'm so excited for the next one of Avengers Endgame. Tomorrow I'm watching it. Probably my review will probably be up the following day because I need to process what happened and I have school as well. So my review will probably be up at the following day. I'm looking forward to Avengers Endgame, and that was this video. Bye.